at business confidence and business conditions numbers, and they were pretty terrible. GDP was pretty terrible. You got McKinsey calling Australia an economic problem child, and yet inflation for Governor Bullock and the RBA
rates won't drop because of our falling growth rate, because that's not how the Reserve Bank look at it.
Hi everyone! So today we are going to talk about Australia. I will explain to you guys about the economic background of Australia. Australia's economy has often been described as one of the strongest in the world. With a GDP ranking among the top 15 globally, it's a nation that has weathered global economic storms, including the 2008 financial crisis, with a resilience. In fact, Australia famously avoided a recession for almost 3 decades, an achievement credited to sound policy making, a rich resource-based and strategic trade partnership. Alright, let's kick things off with the big picture. Australian national income and GDP. So in third quarter of 2024, the economy grew by 0.8% year on year. That's lower than the 1.1% growth we had earlier and way below market expectation. What's going on, Farzana?
So it's a mix of rising interest rates, global economic challenges and domestic issues. So this 0.8 growth, the slowest we've seen since 2020 during the height of the pandemic.
Right, and the policymakers are now stuck in tricky spot. They got to juggle controlling inflation without completely stalling economic growth.
Definitely a talk act. Wise, what stand out to you about Australia's economic structure?
This sector is a powerhouse. It accounts for 65% of GDP. Then there's mining at 13.5%, manufacturing at 11% and construction at 9.5%, agriculture. Despite its mass 2% share, punches above its weight with major exports.
Impressive diversity, but let's shift to the inflation. What's the latest there? Has it come?
Inflation is sitting at 2.8%. Within the Reserve Bank Australian is 2 or 3%. The Consumer Price Index is the key indicator here, tracking purchasing power and cost of living.
Alright, let's move to the trade. Farzana, what's happening with export?
So LNG is the big deal for us, but domestic energy shortages are making the government consider cutting exports. That's a tough pill, because it could hit our trade, supplies and GDP growth.
And there's China. There is tariff on wine, barley and beef, but we still heavily dependent on them, and that is very, very risky.
Absolutely. What the state of rural export prices has it come?
Not great, but they've dropped over 10% this year, and that's a big economic hit.
And imports?
Domestic shipping laws make it cheaper to bring goods into Australia than to move them around here. Plus, strict quarantine rules slow everything down.
Sounds like we have got a lot of room for improvement. Let's brainstorm solutions.
So, one of the solutions is diversify trade, where Southeast Asia and Europe need more of our attention.
And renewable. Fixing our energy issues means we don't have to limit LNG export anymore.
I think it's cabinet reform. Please, let's make it domestic shipping more affordable.
And tech for agriculture to help farmers stay competitive.
Great ideas. Now, on to employment. Adam Hari, what are the key issues?
With stagnation, workplace safety and retirement struggle, real wages haven't grown for a decade, and low wages workers are the ones who hit the hardest.
And retirees are struggling with rising costs and insufficient savings.
What's unemployment like, Haziq Ham?
It's low at 3.7%, but long-term unemployment and underemployed people are a big concern.
What's the fix?
So job training programs, better placements and incentives for hiring long-term unemployed workers.
Finally, let's talk government policies. What's on the table, Hadam Hari?
Take this form to boost take-home pay and stimulate spending. Plus, around 3.5 billion Australian dollars in energy bill relief for Australian households.
Solid steps. But as we have seen, there are more to do. Alright, that's a wrap. Thank you everyone for joining me.
Always a pleasure.
Anytime, mate.
Catch you next time.
See you.
Thanks for tuning into Australia Unplugged. Don't forget to subscribe and share. Stay curious and keep talking.
Solid
Bye-bye.
steps. Bye.